I have a brother of mine where I go show shortly. The reason why we can't discuss, where I say we discuss Julius Spencer, it is because we all see where, with all the police violence that has been going on in the country, you know, we see, Julius Spencer not ever, talk for any woman. Welcome, Brother Sule. He has never come out. Brother Sule, go ahead and tell the family I do for me real quick before I even go further now.
Yeah, family I do. I'm very, very delighted for come to Ibrahim program today. And when it talk about Julius Spencer, I mean, I will just give a WhatsApp audio where I give a history of this conflict in Sierra Leone and Julius Spencer featured it prominently. So when you tell me about Julius Spencer, I say, look, I'm very excited. I can't wait for them.
Absolutely.
The listeners understand who is Julius Spencer.
Absolutely. You see, because Brother Sule, and you agree with me, and this is one thing I preach all the time and say to my followers, them, across the world, Sierra Leoneans and everything. I say, what do we lack in Sierra Leone information? In history, we allow letting guy dictate the terms of history. And they say, history, you were right term. Now you get for left with. Your side of the story is what's going to prevail in the minds of people. We've allowed these SLPP folks particularly for right history in Sierra Leone because we know to remind them, we're all afraid, everybody is scared. Because when you come for talk about like when you mentioned tribalism, it's like when you throw a stone at a pack of dogs. The dog with the stone knock, and the dog, why? That is how these guys are with the tribalism. So when you mention, say, they're practicing tribalism. Ibrahim, they talk tribalism. Mr. Sule, they talk tribalism. Now they preach one of our country. No, they don't want to we address them because they know, say, it is a burning issue. And these people are very tribal. So when it comes to like Julius Spencer with everything, but matter of fact, let you audio day. I want to talk on that audio day. Let me give people them a backdrop. When you mentioned Julius Spencer specifically, I get the audio now. I don't remember exactly the minutes when you mentioned Julius Spencer. I was trying to track it all day today, but I'll not be able to walk in between. But I want to give you a backdrop, give you an insight, because a lot of these people, I don't tell them and share the live. Let more folks can join me because they don't miss this. This is very crucial. Somebody like you get a wealth of experience, wealth of information. So I know say there is a lot where people go learn here. And the good thing is, we don't depend on propaganda. We're not coming here spreading lies. We're not talking about cosmetic roads and this and that. No, we are giving you the actual fact as it is. But these guys, Brother Sule, like I always say, until we ever forget these guys to come to the table and accept that their ways has been very tribal, that all the conflicts that we've had, we don't get in Sierra Leone, they are the problem. Now the people that we don't cause Sierra Leone for go down this realm where you go to like today. When you look at the Kamajos, 100% Namende, but they don't want to talk about that. We mention and they say, hey, but that is why we can't talk about Julius Spencer. And the reason why we talk about Julius Spencer today, with all the violence against women in the country, we've never heard Julius Spencer. But in Nakasma James, a run camp. Talk to me, Brother Sule.
Look, Julius Spencer, I mean, me know Julius Spencer when I was young in Sierra Leone as been there at the performing arts. When this, in 1996, when the Julius Marabio, who actually officiated the election, rogue for UNPP, of which your dad belonged to that party. So for actually create a change of that party, of which my dad also belonged to that party.
Absolutely.
It was a brilliant kind of, a thing we can Sierra Leone, a new party.
Brother Sule, yes. I want you hold on right there because now critical to you talk, so I've never talked about that. Yeah. Because you see, I call these, and don't mind my language, but I call them idiots. It's not a word go course, we're not going to use invectives, right? But I call some of these guys dedicated idiots. They would never change, no matter what we say. So when you mention political party, a lot of them now, Ibrahim, na APC day. Now you don't get small shots, just a short history no more. Say like we daddy them. Now then go form the UNPP for Kikuda. That's why APC them for kick out of power. Let you know say we are liberal in our thinking. But no, it's not about the top boy palm tree. I just want clear that no more. Continue.
Yeah. So it was brilliant that this party came and they get a big momentum and they starve them off their victory because UNPP actually won that election. All right, why I'm giving this is because the person who came in the SLPP was not supposed to be a leader of that SLPP because you look at the 1966 Commission of Inquiry where actually belong Baram for contest. That was Abel Chijan Kaba. But Sierra Leone, they will not get records, will not get this, that. You go overseas, you go clean the record at the UN systems and everything. I mean, the old time. So,
right.
It don't stick.
Right.
Come back. Well, this is the thing, as you rightly said. Sierra Leoneans, the problem with we know to people away, they get interest for really learn history and understand the concept around the situation. That is why we always make bad mistakes. So when Tijan Kabak come inside, he make sets of very, very bad policies by appointing Sam Hinganoman, who was already a Kamajor chief. Even when he won him, he appointed him as head of the army. Sam Hinganoman's role in the army was outrageously nasty.
Oh, yes.
Created a very bad blood. They killed a lot of soldiers until they go kill Johnny Paul and soldiers them. Then, the coup of May 25, 1997, we kick SLPP out because they were actually execute Johnny Paul and others. So the army rebelled them, they kicked them out. All right, while they're in exile in Guinea, now a radio just bust one morning.
Right.
People say, who side this radio come on? There's no radio on this side free town. Who side this radio come on?
Right.
This radio, they introduce themselves as Radio FM 98.1 Radio Democracy.
Exactly.
And they had 3 panelists there in this radio. The first panelist called himself Joe Williams, where Naim be the lead of all this panel. The second panelist called himself, I don't forget the name, the man again. The third panelist called himself Tento.
Brother Sule, yes, let everybody take note. Let everybody pull pen and paper. Because I don't just want to listen for be a live where you can't listen no more than 2-3 minutes later you don't forget. Pull pen and paper. Una write sentence down. This is history in the making. Una write them here down. Let una not forget. Go ahead, Brad.
So when this radio begin to bring out the messages, now we can begin find out, say, oh, this now some SLPP clandestine radio station. So it took me time before, but Sierra Leoneans are smart. They begin to follow voice note. 9 people that crack the code. 9 people that begin to say, oh, Joe Williams and Julius Spencer. How the color said the second person na Ali Bangura.
Yeah.
The third woman na Anafula.
Right.
And in fact, they say rumor say Anafula be Pabele. Can you imagine? These 3 people. I mean, this is the backdrop to how this station came. But eventually, in some point in time, we're going to find out, say, it was an involvement of the British government, the British High Commissioner, Peter Penfold. That is why he was sacked.
Right.
Disgrace in UK.
Exactly.
The British say, listen to me. We love democracy, but not put we in a very funny situation where we will look at the credentials and the activities of this radio. It can be described exactly like the radio RTLM na Rwanda in 1994.
Right.
Where they call Radio Television Libre de Mille.
Right.
Founded by a guy called Kabuga in 1993 for the purpose of instituting the genocide and creating bad blood. That radio day, when the radio be established at Rwanda, they call the Tutsis them as cockroaches. They give other colors talks. They like cut down all the tall trees. As you know, say the Tutsis and tall and everything.
Right.
And by I'll tell you, that radio contributed to the genocide of 800,000 people. Well, in 98.1, I don't know if you want to keep going or you get other questions.
Keep going.
So, listeners, they are all on one point. Because we don't understand the history, that is why we always make mistakes. And we advise every Sierra Leonean, let you be doctor, let you be lawyer, read out of you discipline. Get interest in Black consciousness, get interest into your history, get interest into the history of the personalities. Otherwise, that's why we are left back.
Exactly. That is what I say every day.
If you do not understand history, if you do not actually go to the background. For example, when I see Julius Spencer inside NGC, I wrote an article. I say NGC, when I go lost this election, when I know you will go no side. Because people don't know, they know. And then people they carry swear at their head. And it's outside they touch and curse. All right. When this 98.1 started to operate, they created the most horrible international propaganda against the people of Sierra Leone.
Absolutely.
In fact, Julius Spencer claimed many, many times in a presentation that all the one they left inside Freetown in Sierra Leone, now rebel them.
Right.
They say we all long-term rebel. In fact, now in 98.1, that they actually institute this term called junta collaborator. Now
yes.
They established that terminology.
Yep.
Junta collaborator.
Yes.
So we already left Sierra Leone in time we as junta collaborators. And in that time, the SNPP government of Kaba had very strong relationship with Sani Abacha,
Right.
who they actually they give all mining rights and everything, big alluvial mining rights. You know, it was all deal. You see,
Right.
you don't want to understand where they go and make about this SNPP. That particular involvement of Sani Abacha, which was a lone intervention because no other country not joined them in the different things that they do in Sierra Leone. So the issue of 98.1, them being just a pump the fire, they may get agents in a Freetown where they give the information about the AFRC location, about people and everything. And if you now see, during 1997, the ongoing bombardments, aerial bombardments, or they say Alpha Jet, or they call it Kaba Jet or something.
Kaba Jet, you're right.
Yes. Then people here, they directed Nigerian bombers, innocent areas in where civilians where they live, and they given instances of that. One bombed in a shell company